everyone, it's Gina from orchidandopal.com, and I'm back today with the Sam's Bead Box subscription for July 2021. Each month he's including lots of Czech glass, some gemstone beads, some metallic components, and this is one of those subscriptions that ships to most of the world. I'll leave the link down below to the subscription box. You can check out all the different subscription options and lengths. And you can use the coupon code ORCHID to save $5 off your first box if you'd like to try them out. I'll leave that coupon down below as well. Every month we have a unique theme and color palette, which is totally different from the month before. So I'm really looking forward to seeing what's inside. All right, so before we get into the beads, here is the insert. It says Happy Summer, and it says our theme this month is Coastal Bound. So it says we have a $70 value of beads, including a special collection of cultured man-made sea glass that's made to look like it was tumbled by the waves, a stunning strand of Czech glass mermaids, and 3 gorgeous gemstone selections. That sounds amazing. And of course, you can join the Sam's Bead Shop Gem Chat group on Facebook. Use the hashtag Sam's Bead Box July 2021, and every month you can randomly win a $25 gift card to samsbeadshop.com, because not only is this a bead box, but you can also shop Sam's Bead Shop anytime you want, and they host weekly events to help you create fun projects with a community of other beaders. We can see on this list here that we have 21 different items to go through, so we're going to take a closer look at each of those one at a time. Of course, bringing back our bundle, everything is wrapped nice and neat inside of our bubble wrapped package. All right, so here are our bags of goodies, lots of things to go through. So let me get organized and we will go through each of these things one at a time. All right, let's get started. So first we have the cultured sea glass wavy earring pair in seafoam 25 by 11 millimeters. So these were those sea glass items. Look how gorgeous those are. They make some beautiful drops. We got a pair of those. We could make some earrings. And here is a closer look. They're in great shape. That color is stunning, and they are slightly flat on the back with a little bit more of a curve on the top. Very delicate, but also strong, and definitely feel like sea glass, which I'm a huge fan of. All right, so we also have some cultured sea glass Heishi beads in peridot 8 by 3 millimeters, and this is an 8-inch strand. So this is some of that lighter green that you see in the sea glass plenty of times, and these again have that look of sea glass for sure. What unique and great inclusions for this box, giving us that coastal vibe for sure. We have those smooth disc shapes. They're all really uniform in size and color, and I love how they've evoked that appearance of sea glass, and even the color, they've really nailed it. We have even more cultured sea glass and teardrops. These are light sapphire and 17 by 10 millimeters. These are a 6-piece strand. Also love that we're getting different colors of the cultured sea glass and colors that you expect to find, just like this light sapphire blue. Absolutely beautiful, smooth, tumbled looking sea glass turned into a teardrop shape. And there's a closer look at the whole section. They're really smooth and in great shape. We also have a cultured sea glass Seahorse Pendant in light sapphire, 29 by 16 millimeter, 1 piece inside. This is awesome. This would be a great focal. You could use this for a pendant with some cord even if you wanted to. The hole is a little bit on the wider side. You could even dangle that upside down if you wanted to. It's got the raised details, which really help to give us the appearance of a seahorse, and almost looks hand carved. Then we have some Czech glass. We have the flat pear brios in light sapphire. These are on the larger side. I'd love to use these as some sort of a pendant as well. They'd also look great made into some simple earrings. Imagine some clusters of smaller beads wire wrapped over the top of those. I have a tutorial from way back when showing you how to do that. But anyway, there's 3 pieces in here, 29 by 18 millimeter. They let a lot of light pass through and overall have that gorgeous light sapphire appearance. You can really see it when you turn it on the edge. The hole there runs through the side of the top, and I love that we have 3 pieces to work with. We then have a bag of Czech glass saucers in blue ice, 6 by 2 millimeter. There's 6 grams or approximately 50 pieces inside. These have a gorgeous sheen or luster coating over the top, which makes these even more glossy looking and a little bit more reflective. You can see they're a thin disc-like shape with the hole that runs through the center of the face of the bead, and these are a little bit on the grayer side of the blue spectrum. So I think we've got our water drops and our bubbles over here. We've got some more blue in the form of Czech glass druks. These are in sea luster, 8 millimeter, 16 grams, or approximately 25 pieces inside. So some more bubbly blue beads in this sapphire color, letting a little bit of light through the glass. Hole running through the center, of course, these druks being basically Czech glass round beads in a very versatile 8 millimeter size. Our next bag contains some rice rectangle beads in blue ice. These are Czech glass 6 by 3 millimeters and approximately 50 pieces or 7 grams inside of this bag. Quite a generous handful here. These are on the grayish side of the blue spectrum as well. You can see that slightly rectangular shape that these have, the hole running through the length of the bead, and also being pretty smooth, giving them that rice-like shape too. Our next package is so fun. These are some Czech glass mermaids in blue beach, etched 26 by 8 millimeter, and it's a 6-piece strand. Aren't these adorable? We have this very whimsical strand of 6 of these mermaids, a very unique item and perfect for this particular theme. Just look how they're shaped. These pressed glass beads have so much detail and etching, and I just love how that vibrant aqua blue settles into all of the grooves. You can see how the hole just runs straight up and down through the beads, and it also adds some extra vibrant blue to our color palette. Bringing in some more green now with some Czech glass daggers. These are in green Picasso, 10 by 3 millimeter, 7 grams, or approximately 50 pieces. These have a gorgeous sheen or luster on them as well, which makes them extra reflective on their already glossy, smooth glass. They have that hole that runs through the top of the beads that they hang down, and you can see that little bit of a Picasso finish that adds some of those brownish speckles, randomly coating some areas of the green. We've also been getting at least one bead mix, it seems like, every month. These are the Czech glass bead mixes though, so they're high quality and lots of great things in there. I've been sorting these out for you at the end of the video, so I'll do that again with this. But already you can see some Czech glass leaves in these creamy bisque colors and some topaz, and it says now more of each bead. So it's a great way to get a few of the same beads but in many different shapes inside one mix, so it's kind of hard to tell what's inside here until you sort it out, but I like the fact that we get a little bit of a mix included with some of these other strands and baggies. We already have lots of generous quantities of the other things here and other things that we'll see, and then we get some additional different and fun shapes to add, to play around with. So we'll take a look at that closer at the end. Next up though, we have some Czech glass faceted rondelles in Pebble Beach. These are a 3 by 5 millimeter size, a 25-piece strand. Those are creamy and caramelly looking. They also really evoke the colors you find in a lot of seashells, those different tones of brown and sandy colors and creamy white. All those colors kind of going through these rondelle beads at different points, making them all just slightly different, and yet another shape of Czech glass to add to this collection of items. We're bringing in some of our gemstone beads with these Amazonite smooth rondelles. This looks like a long strand, so 7.5 inches. Looked even longer than that. It says 8 by 5 millimeter rondelles. I think this was a perfect gemstone bead to add to this particular palette. When I see Amazonite beads, I immediately think of coast or the beach because it's got that great combination of those aqua blues, the seafoam green, the different earth tones, especially the sandy colors, some grays and browns, and really pulls a lot of those different tones together, which these do as well for a lot of these other beads that we see included. We have some more gemstone beads in the form of Crazy Lace Agate Star Cut 8 millimeter bead, 7.5 inch strand. Aren't these gorgeous? So they kind of remind me of like sometimes what's called an English cut. They've got lots and lots of different variations in colors, including some more mustard golden tones, but also some warmer gray tones all pulled together. All the beads being a little bit different, but beautifully cut, and adding in some more neutrals to this palette. We have yet more gemstone beads. We have some artistic Jasper smooth rounds. These are 10 millimeter, 7.5 inch strand. So these are quite a bit chunkier, being that they're 10 millimeters. We see some of that dark reddish brown, some tones of taupe and dark brown, also a little bit of peach and cream, maybe some of those tones that you see on some of the creatures you find in and around the beach, including maybe think of like starfish. Some of those have those deep brownish reddish tones. We still have even more to look at. We have some Czech glass rose coins. These are brown with red wash, 14 millimeters and a 10-piece strand inside. These kind of reminding me of a sand dollar, just in their flat, smooth shape with that similar design, not the same, but similar type of design. These are all just a little bit different too. You can see some are a little bit more greenish, some are a little bit more bronzy, some are a little bit more gold, but overall a really fun neutral mix of these pressed glass beads that you probably don't see very often. We also have some Czech glass faceted rondelles in sea green Picasso, 5 by 7 millimeters. There's 25 pieces included on the strand. These are so lovely. I love that sea green. You get some more of the bluish green in the background, a little bit more of that seaweed green over the top, and a little bit of brown speckled in as well with that Picasso, making these look sort of stone-like and slightly faceted around the edges of these rondelles. We have some smaller Czech glass rondelles in burnt orange copper. These are 3 by 5 millimeter and 30 pieces there. Those are stunning. Seriously, the luster on these is absolutely gorgeous under the light with that copper that adds that reflectiveness over the orange. Maybe this is our sunset in this particular theme. A very warm and sparkly, rich color combination. You can almost see it reflecting off of the water. And of course we need some florals in the form of our tropical hibiscus flowers. We have some chartreuse Picasso flowers in the 14 millimeter size. There's 5 pieces included. So here's a closer look at these table cut beads. You can see that vibrant greenish yellow around the edges of those petals with the Picasso finish that adds the deeper brownish tones that settle into the grooves of these etched pressed glass beads, and that finish showing up around the edges and the hole that runs through the center of the side of the bead. Next, we have some Czech glass melon beads. These are the artichoke mix, 6mm size and a 25-piece strand. And here's a close-up look at that. I think this brings a lot of the palette together in the form of that seaweed green, even a little bit of the blue showing up in some of that Picasso finish. We have some brown earthy tones and even a little bit of that orange settling in those etched grooves of these melon beads. Those are another unique shape to add to this palette. And we finish off with some silver tone flower toggles, 19 by 17mm, and there's 2 sets included. So here we go, some silver tone toggle clasps to add to our very bead heavy subscription, and some leafy bars with those flower-like rings. And of course, we can't forget our special little thank you mint touch. I think he did a great job once again this month. This is a newer bead box subscription on the market, and it's been fantastic seeing all of the things that have been put together for us each month having a totally unique theme. And I think he did a great job with this coastal theme, not only bringing in what you'd expect as far as the greens and the blues, but going even further, bringing us some of these sea glass collections in all different shapes and a lot of neutrals as well. Thinking of those tones and balancing out some of the blues and the greens, all different shapes of Czech glass, everything being very high quality, also including various forms of gemstone beads in different shapes. And overall, just a lot to work with quantity-wise, and full strands and generous handfuls of everything. And also, let's not forget this bag of a mix, which I'm gonna go through right now, and I'll be right back. I'm gonna show you exactly what's inside. Alright, so that was a much quicker sort of this mix because, as it said on the label, there's now more of each bead, and because it's weighed out, these of course being very chunky took up more of the weight. But I love that we got 4 of these very chunky, high quality Czech glass leaf beads. You could use these as some focals, and you also get some of these pressed leaves in this beige color, some lentils, we have some rectangles here, some daggers and some leaves in a different shape, and this leaf shape as well, these 3 ovals, and then these 3 down here are the only ones that didn't have other matches. But you can see how those add to the contents of the subscription. So it may look like a jumble of things in the bag, but once you lay them out, you can see that you get a decent amount of each of these additional shapes without getting huge quantities, but that you can add into your mix and play around with. So great job, Sam, once again. I really look forward to seeing what your themes are each month. This is definitely a much more bead-heavy box, as you can tell, and that's perfectly fine. Sometimes we get a few additional metallic components, but every month is going to be a little bit different, so that always makes it a fun surprise. Once again, you can use the coupon code ORCHID, ORCHID, to save $5 off your first month of your first subscription if you'd like to try them out. And you can check the link down below the video to be taken to their website to see the different options for subscription lengths there are, the pricing, the shipping, and all of those things. Feel free to leave me a comment down below. Let me know what you think of this month's Sam's bead box or anything else you'd like to say. Feel free to give the video a big thumbs up if you enjoyed checking out a closer look at the contents this month, and definitely hit that subscribe button because I'd love to have you back when I'm posting new content. That's all I have for now. Until next time, I will see you all again real soon, and in the meantime, I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day, and as always, happy beading.